Hello, sorry for being like an hour late. I was building some two cool new Lego sets that I got. But today we are playing Phoenix Wright. And I attempted to make a stupid costume because I didn't feel like reanimating this. So I just have like a really bad PNG of a... Oh, it's a JPEG actually. Suit. But actually, let me show you the I bought them at a Lego convention a while ago. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie, pretty cool. They did, however, take like 6 weeks to actually get me my pieces. They were a bit missing on them, which is really annoying, surprisingly. I'm just kidding, it's unsurprisingly annoying. When, you pay money for things, and then they, don't give them to you. Is it gonna scale my screen size, or... I'm gonna put on some headphones now. Forgot Phoenix Wright games allowed. Be wet. I think that should probably be pretty good because I think it's about loud enough that you guys are able to hear it mostly. Plus backspace to screen text. Whoa. Other options. Full screen. 1080. Boop, boop, VSync? There's no point in VSync. You're just streaming. There's no point. I know. Well, it's totally normal for Phoenix Wright stuff. Just... Great. Okay, I just can't mess with the audio anymore. Although I'm gonna... Dun dun dun. Okay, I think that's gonna be fine. Probably a little bit more. I can probably punch it up a little bit. Until he says friggin' objection! I've played through like half of the first Phoenix game. So, I don't know if I should... I know there's like a chronological way to play them. But you can see they were really creative with the title art. First episode, the first turnabout. This case is relatively straightforward, if I remember. It looks a lot better than on the DS. Bloody statue. What was it? Dead lady. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. I should probably turn up the text speed so I can do this. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh, hi, Chief. Oh, I'm glad you made it on time. I'm not doing that. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Yeah, not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks, I guess. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, Death, despair, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hello. Dude, I am so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Pull the team. Hold on a sec. Did I fix something? And there. There we go. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble, some might say. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge, and for your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. And shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Thought I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim? Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cindy. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. I've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yeah. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. The statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. And Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited pretty easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it. Lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport? According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older man who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. Oh, dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... probably just stop from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? I cheat and cheat on. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe it is clear to everyone. Yes. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you, or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. This guy's really... What do I do? I'm just gonna have him answer, honestly. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. It's like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove that Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. This is not good. On the day of the murder, a witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahwit to the stand. Mr. Sahwit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sahwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went off to a nearby park and found a public phone. Remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sahwit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? That witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's an evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradiction between the court record and the witness's testimony. And once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Then point out contradictions in the testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Actually, I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Tab. And then... The autopsy report says it was 4 to 5 p.m. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawhut, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? That's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right, you know what to do. I've got this one. Cross-examination, the time of discovery. You see him, when I found the body, I had the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. A video? Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. True. Right. I think the problem lies someplace else. The time's off. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't ignore a video. the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahwit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. White. Ah! Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sahwit, the court would prefer to hear the accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sahwit. Let's see your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a tablecloth in the apartment. Was it there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Cross-examination, hearing the time. Let me go back. There was a tablecloth in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. And I find the contradiction. He didn't hear it, he saw it. Table clock? There was a table clock in the scene? Yes, this was the first I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. I can't use... I'm not going to use that badge, and it'll be funny. The only thing that I could really use is probably the statue itself. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Answer the question, Mr. Sahwit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You tilt it, and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock. I submit it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Prove I went in there. I can do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock and the shock of the blow. And the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sahwit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw... Shut up, I hate you! That was him, I tell you, I saw him! He killed her and she should burn! Give him death! I'm not screaming, it's like 11 p.m. Order? Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Your Honor, the sound of Mr. Southwood heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock here, now, in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That is certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Southwood heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Southwood, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing! Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? You can't prove that. You don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I'm so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Wait, yes, Your Honor. That means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Southwood. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all sly. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Southwood. Yeah, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. As soon as the clock ends, think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I definitely can, because wasn't she in Paris the day before? It was about 3 hours from Japan time, I think. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slower the day of the murder. Have you found any evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Softwit. Or should I say, Mr. Did It. Also, why isn't he on the floor doing that? Order, I say. I think we got this case open and shut. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. Don't think I've ever seen anyone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Softwit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Softwit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Softwit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. With one defense. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles. It's been a while since I've had a trial, and on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, what? No! I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Thanks. I really won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Check this out, man. Proof positively you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I've asked you to be my lawyer. But really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully, you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are really guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? Or drink a toast to innocent butts? Yeah. Speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay, unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. That's pretty ominous. I think I started late, so I had more time. A brand new episode has been added. Let me save. Let me save. We saved. Back to BS. You hear the ring. I'm not saying ring ring. Hello? This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear, actually. I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. No, you want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel it's safe keeping the evidence here. I got you, so what's it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. No, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office, say, 9 to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis. But I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Village on a steeds. A Gil and I were traveling through the village on our steeds. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers? I'm so sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You are not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. I'm adding sound effects myself to brutal murder. Wright. white, blue. Red, white, blue. There. That's better for that guy's voice. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Fanco Law Offices. I'm late. That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over so we could all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Move. Get there quick. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! I'm not screaming. I'm not gonna scream. Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally she was cold. Chief. Oh, see, that's the murder one. It's an incredible one. How ironic is that this murder weapon again? Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clothes here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object, she probably died instantly. The thinker, lying next to her, must have been the murder weapon. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Might be pieces of the glass stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else seems to tell me there's a clue here. Piece of paper. Must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Some shards glass were broken on the floor. They seem to be remains of a glass nightstand. Let's go over here. Right. I'd better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please, come quick. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Receipt added to the court record. I think that's enough snooping around for now. And find out what that girl was doing here. I think I could do a bit more. Franco ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. All she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. A perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on the stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. Find court cases and recent rulings. Chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. It's painful to look, but I have to for me to see. Looks like she hit in the head of the blunt weapon and probably died instantly. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. A nice, luxurious place. I think I got everything here. I'm gonna move back to the main room. That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right here on that sofa. I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya Faye. Maya Faye? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Freeze! Police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe. See? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murderer. Must have been that woman I saw. Either of you moving 1 inch, Cat? Great. Just great. Maya? Wait, she couldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me. Eek. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? This is gonna be complex. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out till the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m. Detention center, visitor's room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office. You looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So, he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know how to go if I ever get who to go to if I ever get in trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. going to examine him. The guard monitors the visitor and hasn't moved an inch. Real pro, this guy. Smile for the camera. Harsh lighting. Nothing. I'm not going back to the law offices because I can't do much there right now, probably. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. Spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. I'll ask you about days. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made? The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in the case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. So you're an acolyte, medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been sensitive to the spirit. Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, as she said. Her powers are first class, too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So, you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium, with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact me as spirit, then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure. Thanks. Maya's memo added to the court record. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of the famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. You think you can go ask him to represent me? Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick a turning to offend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 o'clock this afternoon. The visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Let's raw for blood. That's why I found her my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I needed to hear for now. I think I got everything out, right? Go to Grossberg Law Offices. September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer, not to mention running an office like this. Guess I'll just have to come back later. Actually, I'm gonna inspect everything. The painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but probably the most expensive one available. To clients. An elegant ebony case, and if not mistaken, that letter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell when someone here's got money to burn. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. No clues here. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelf filled with expensive-looking books. Huh. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Is that everything here? I could go back here and see if Gumshoe's there. This office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Oh, sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butch guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How can anyone mistake me for Larry? Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butch guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent, right? And you were... Detective Gumshoe? Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. Don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're a lawyer, right, pal? If you've got business here, you better do it quick. Ooh, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Let me talk to her. Maya. About Maya, yeah? I'm looking forward to hear the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't going to win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. I already know the reputation of this guy. Let me ask about Mia, though. About Mrs. Fay. Did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait. You do know him, don't you? Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain, and he doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Oh, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Anyway, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is in this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. How? Do I have to present him like the... I was wondering, did you see my face cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think he'd give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer? He's on to me. I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'd give it to me. Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone that holds a whole girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicion after all. Seems you didn't notice Maya's recorded conversation. Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had already completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm so sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me your name, Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then? Haha, you're trying your loyalty tricks on me now. She's not going outside her room until the trial, so she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. I'm just gonna go now. There's nothing useful in here. Gatewater Hotel. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right. Smooth, right. Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Memento the self. Thank Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has the cross-examine this one. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey, what are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Let me keep examining. Maybe we're there. Flowers aren't fake as I suspected. Are fake as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the famed Karloff's building. Of course, you can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. A bottle and 2 glasses are at the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Wow. A still scene painting. What would that be? Still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Do you think you can tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Ooh, observe. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know the thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, then you just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time with this much. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. She's not giving us anything I can use. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Oh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. Well, I'm pretty sure the murder weapon. Excuse me, but I'm a witness. Police witness, you understand? How can I possibly give you any information in good conscience? Me, the witness, just like in the movies. Excuse me. Me, in the movies. if I show her my badge? Because that'd be funny. Something funny? Excuse me, but I'm a witness, police. Okay, she's just saying everything. Check back at Grossberg. Seems that Miss Grossberg's out. Maybe I should wait to come back. That wasn't the most if that wasn't the most over the top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. So you're the lawyer one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. So you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yeah. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed. Not busy? Then how could no one get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it! Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey. Yes, Maya Fey. Go on. What a strange reaction. Cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Well, wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, and the discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? I still have everything. There's nothing to say. Your refusal. How can you just refuse me like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Yeah. You see, it's just, I'm busy, you see. But the client is Maya Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have any time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. I think not. I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt would take this on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon. But could you leave? Now? I've got nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? I'm tired, so I'm going to save here and continue probably tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow probably. Double check, make sure it's saved. But today will be the end because I finished late, so I'm streaming tomorrow to make up for it. So, goodbye, everybody, on YouTube and Twitch, because I'm doing that now. I figured it out. Goodbye.